Over the past month or so, I've been in like what I like to call a metamorphosis. It's been rapidly changing and evolving on who I am and becoming who I'm capable of becoming, who I'm meant to become. So let's start at the very beginning. I've always felt like I was meant for more. Even when I was young, when I didn't even know anything. And I don't mean like just money or career. I mean like overall purpose. I feel like I'm here for something bigger. I always have. As I grew up, that feeling became like stronger and stronger and had more and more of an impact on my life and my choices and the direction I took. And it really started to influence me more than just like being a subtle voice. It actually started to influence me to the point where, like, about a year ago, I was like pretty serious about bringing out the best version of myself and like becoming the best version of myself. And that's ever since, like, over the past year, that's grown into like more clarity, I guess I could say. This past year, I've learned a lot about God or the universe or spirituality in general. That's really made a big impact on me. I've learned a lot. And then I really connected. That's the big thing. I connected with intuition, your higher self, whatever it is, consciousness, connected with that a lot more just recently. Like 3 months ago, I'd say, maybe 3 or 4 months ago. Time's moving. I started to learn to follow the intuition and the pull that you have within, and that often guides you to where you need to go. And it was pulling me to basically isolate, to remove myself from everyone, friends, family, just get away. Not in a bad way, just like in a clarity way. Like, we need to figure some shit out. I kind of avoided that for a while because I have some like very close friends, and I'm also really close with like my family, especially like my little sister. I was like, man, like, I don't know. I felt like it was benefiting me, being able to talk to them and stuff like that. So I kind of ignored it, but it kept getting louder. And I was like, okay, yeah, it's pretty clear what my intuition is telling me to do. And I kind of learned at this point, like, you should follow that. Like, it's important. Like, it's time to do it. So about a month ago, sent a bunch of loving, very long explanatory, I don't know if explanatory is a word. I sent long texts full of love, explaining to the people I cared about, detailed messages about like, I'm going to be focusing on myself really, really like intensely. While I do this, I'm going to be blocking not just like you, but everyone from my phone. I'm just going to cut myself off. I sent everyone texts, everyone that I was like close to, told them all, I was like, please don't be offended. I was like, I don't mean this. This is nothing personal. This is more of just like, I need to focus inward. Uh, and yeah, it's been about a month now. And at the time of me doing that, I didn't really know what I was getting into. I just like felt pulled to do it. I learned why really, really quick. A couple days, the clarity became m- more clear than ever, I guess you'd say. And like, I was like, oh, this is like what's going on. And I really connected with that intuition. And I started to learn a lot. And I very, very quickly learned like what I'm here for. Like, I learned my value, who I really am inside, what I'm doing, what I'm supposed to be doing, which was nice. And then I learned what it takes to actually self-actualize. That's been like my goal. And it got really serious. Like, when I went into this, I did have that intention. I was like, I am going to figure out what I'm doing and why I'm doing it and what I'm supposed to be doing. And like, if there isn't even supposed to be doing it, I'm going to figure it out. And I was like, I'm dead set, super serious. This is like, I'm going all in. It's this or nothing. I'm sacrificing it all. I basically threw it all in the fire. And I learned that it's addition by subtraction. So like, growth is not addition. Growth is actually subtraction. So you're essentially carving away everything you're not. So that's what self-actualization is. Deep down inside, who are you really? That's what you have to discover. And to get there, you have to remove everything that is not that. And that's what it is. So it's not building something onto yourself. It's removing everything that you're not. there's a sculpture that I like. It's in a museum somewhere. Anyways, that sculpture, like a man chiseling himself out of the block of marble. And the quote is something like, "You are the marble and the sculptor." And it's like, that's what it feels like, chiseling away at yourself to carve out who you really are. That's what self-actualization feels like. And in this past month of isolation, I have basically made the conscious decision and desire to bring each of the flaws up to the surface, each of the sins to the surface, and face it head on. I said, show me what I need to face and let me carve it away. Basically that, like, show me the path one by one. Started showing up. And they didn't show up in like your brain, like your mind, like, oh, that's something I need to fix. No, it shows up in like a way where like, it's everything, it's all the negative things about yourself that you need to like face and solve. And I like the first one was anger and irritation. And I noticed this when like I had like, like right after it's really cool how the universe works in the way that you can just kind of ask her something and get it. And right after I asked, I was like, show me what I need to take care of. Just show me. Like, I'm not scared of anything. Just show me. I was expecting to kind of just like have these thoughts like pop into my head. It's not that. Right after I said that and declared that, I got like super angry for like a week and very, very like irritated at everything. And I was just in this, it was really bad. I was in this constant state of anger and irritation towards the world and everyone around me. And every time I went out in public, something would bother me, just get pissed off all the time. And then I was like, oh shit, this is one of the things. It's literally showing me, like the universe is showing me one of the things I have to fix. It's like, okay, how do I overcome this? Like, I'm just filled with anger. Well, there's like a few steps to conquering something. The first one, the step 0 is like not even noticing it, like not even seeing the problem in the first place. Step 1 is seeing the problem after it happens. So like I would see like if I got really angry during the day or something like that, and then later I was like, oh shit, like earlier I got super angry and I shouldn't have. That's step 1. It's like actually seeing the problem. Step 2 is having the balls to like call it out. So like after you see it, be like, I shouldn't have done that. So like a lot of people like, yeah, they know they got angry, but they think it was the right thing. Step 2 is like knowing you got angry and being like, yeah, I got angry, I shouldn't have. And having like a desire to change, right? You can't change unless you want to change. Like it's a big thing with people. You can't change someone else unless they genuinely want to change. Same with you. You can't solve a problem if you don't want to solve the problem. So that's step 2. Step 3 is, okay, so step 1 was noticing it after it came up. Step 3 is like noticing the problem while it's coming up. So like growing more mature and being able to actually spot it instead of afterwards during it. So like if you're angry at someone, catching yourself like mid anger and be like, oh, I'm angry right now. Try to shift my focus back to center. Like, okay, yep, here we go. That's part of healing. And once you can do that, you're further along. Step 4 is basically like catching it before it comes up and like before it can hit the surface, you know? So like if you can feel the anger coming and you're about to be in that state of anger and irritation and being able to stop it, being able to say like, yo, there it is. Like, and now how do you defeat it? That's the problem. You don't fight it. You don't just say like, go away, like fuck you. That just gives it energy. That makes it worse. You acknowledge it, accept it, and say, I see it, but that's not me anymore. It's all about how you identify. Everything is about your identity, about yourself. So it's like, I see the anger. That anger is not me anymore. That anger is an old version of me trying to cling on. And that anger is just a final cry of desperation. And I can just observe it and let it die. And that old version of me can just pass on. And eventually, once you can get to the point where, you're able to repeatedly catch it over and over and over before it comes up and constantly call it out and be like, I see it. It's not me anymore. That's just an old version of me trying to cry out again. Once you can do that, and eventually it just kind of fades away and it's all about how you identify, then it's done. It's no longer a part of you and you overcome it. And anyways, so that's how it started. Started with anger. And after I figured out how to defeat anger, I've been very calm. I've been like a rock. That was the whole goal. Like the best version of myself is just a rock, steadfast rock. Anyways, I got rid of anger. After that, I noticed it was judgment. So it came up the same way. It doesn't just pop into your head. You notice yourself doing it, and that's the first step. So with that one, I was sitting doing my work, and we won't get too deep on this one, same process, but I was sitting doing my work, and a really, really like overweight person walked by me, just doing their thing. Didn't bother me at all, just going on with their day, but they were super overweight. And in my head, I was like, how the fuck do you even do that? Come on, what are you doing? That's when I noticed that was like the wake up call. I was like, wait a minute, that wasn't cool. It's like, that's another one right there. Judgment. I don't know what he's been through. I don't know like his story. Maybe he's 100 pounds down on his weight loss journey. Maybe he's doing a great job. You don't know. The point is, judgment is an insecurity from yourself trying to basically validate yourself. It's basically the small like ego you trying to defend and validate yourself. So like maybe me trying to like call him out on being overweight with me being insecure about my own weight. That's what judgment is in any way, not just weight. That's judgment. You overcome it by the same way. You start catching it after, then you start catching it while you're doing it, and then you start catching it before it comes up, and you have the ability to say, no, I see you. That's not me anymore. The new like best version of myself doesn't do that. Whatever it might be, judgment, anger, anything, jealousy, I don't even know. Anyways, that's what the past like month of isolation has been, me repeatedly just chiseling away and kind of like carving out who I am and the real me and discarding all of the negative attributes and sins, And I feel like I'm at the very peak. Like the first, like all the basic ones, anger, judgment, like lust, just like stuff like that, was easy. It was very, very, very simple to overcome. But the past few days, oh my God, they have been the deepest things I've ever faced in my life. I don't want to say I'm broken right now. I'm actually like fully healed, but I feel very empty because I feel it like this is stuff that I've carried around for years, 10 plus years, some of this stuff. And I finally like healed it and faced it and put it down. And it feels I'm so grateful like that I have the ability to do this. Like some of these problems that I had to overcome are so incredibly deep and painful. For instance, one of them is probably like the core problem that I've been dealing with for my entire life, subconsciously in the shadows without even realizing it. And it's the need to be seen and the need for validation from others. And I know that everyone kind of deals with that. It's kind of like a spectrum to a sense, but for me, it's kind of been my like guiding lifeline for my entire life. Like it basically dictated everything I ever done. And it was like fuel for everything I've ever done, was this need to prove, this need to be seen, this need to feel wanted, this need to be like, be somebody to other people. And like, I don't know, but not in a good way, in a very negative way. Like almost like to the haters, like fuck you, look at me, bitch kind of way. Or like towards my parents, like I'll never be good enough. Like I hate myself and I have to prove myself. That sort of thing. And everything I've ever done has been out of this mindset of like I'm not good enough. And that finally came to the surface and I faced it and I beat it. I finally, after like 10 years, more than 10 years, probably like 15 years, probably, I faced that inner pain, that pain that's been carried around since childhood. 25 now. I finally faced that pain and I let it go. That's not me anymore. The new me has a new fuel, a new drive. The new me is here to carry something out that's bigger than me. The old me is so incredibly hurt. And that's just the start. That one, after I had to fight that demon, that was just the start. So I took care of that one and that was like the main one, but that one alone caused like a bunch of other ones. So after I took care of the main one, I had to like clean up the scraps that it left behind. And one of those was basically a lie that I had created like 8 years ago. Fuck, that's a long time. That I lied, a big lie, like a very like life altering lie to, and I thought it would go to the grave with me. And it's funny how it works. It's funny how the universe works. Never brought it up once in the past 8 years. And then it was just tonight, randomly, what a coincidence, when I am asking to see the things that I need to face, he brings it up and tells me that it still lingers with him, the lie that I told. He didn't know it was a lie at this point, but he told me I told a lie that affected him. And 8 years later, it's still with him. And it was my fault. And I said, oh shit, here we go. I have a choice right now. I can either face this and I can bury it right now, leave it behind, or I can keep carrying it. I was like, the best version of myself is completely carved out of the marble. You don't see a statue in a museum that still has a chunk of uncarved marble on it. So I was like, I just got to chip this away. It's like, I have to cut this off. It's time. It's been too long. So I came clean. And yeah, both agreed to leave it there and bury it. And point is I've just been carving away at who I'm not. And I've been leaving behind all of the bodies. I feel dirty. I feel like the last one I have to figure out is guilt. I've kind of taken care of, I think, all of them now. Like I have kind of put them all to the grave, but now it's like I'm looking at them all laid out in front of me. Took care of each one of them, and now I just like, damn. It's like I fucked up, man. I did all that shit. It's like I feel like a lot of guilt right now. The beautiful part is like I'm looking at all those old identities, those old me's that I've laid to rest. And I am not that anymore. So what am I now? I'm fully ready to be who I really am. That's the thing. If you put down all of the things you're not, it opens up room for who you are to become. It's kind of where I am now. I feel like, I don't know if I said this already, but I feel a very oddly empty feeling. I feel a very like weightless feeling. I've like completely, I almost feel like I've just have like a complete death, my old self. Like I'm just so weightless. Like, who am I? I left behind everything I thought I was. I thought, for the longest time, I identified with those old versions of me that I killed. And now that they're like they're killed. It's like, what do I identify with? And I know I know my new values. I know what I'm doing. I know the purpose and the goal, but it's like, I feel so empty, not in a bad way. I don't know. Well, the point is like, I can definitely tell. I call this a metamorphosis. I can tell I'm no longer the caterpillar. I've definitely crossed over. And now I'm getting ready to spread my wings and fly. I'm excited for the future. I'm excited to see like what I can really be when I'm not being a piece of shit. Um, I'm excited to see what's in store for me, what I have to offer the world, the impact I can have on the world. I'm very excited. I'm excited to see the beauty that's, you know, meant for me and my family, and the beauty that I'm meant to bring to the world and to others. And I'm just ready for it all. Like, I feel fully open. Like, I'm fully here now, no longer living with these past demons. There's a Juice World line that says like, I took my demons to the bank of life and made the biggest deposit. That makes sense now. I feel like very proud of myself, and I feel very, very like filled. Like, I'm, I am the version of myself that the younger me would be proud of. You know, I am the version of myself now. I can confidently, damn, I am that. I really am someone the younger me would be proud of, full of nothing but positivity. All I want to do is change the world. All I want to do is, all I want to do is help people. All I want to do is be the person that the younger me needed, but never had. I want to be that for all of the people that were just like me, the people that felt like they were called for more, but felt so unseen. I don't want them to be that. I want to see them all. I just want to like be a helping hand, a hand on a shoulder. I just wanted someone to put their hand on my shoulder and look me in the eye and say, I believe in you and the dreams you have, and I see you. That's, that's like, that's who I am now. I am the person. To become the person that you wish you had. Inspire and help. And like, I just want to bring as much like goodness and love and empowerment to the world as possible. I just want to change the world. It's not even about like, like I said, the old me, like the fuel was validation and like being seen. And that's not the fuel anymore. I don't care about being seen. I don't care about like validation, and like, I don't need to be praised. It's not what it's about anymore. It's the old me that I laid to rest. I simply want to look someone in the eye and see the self-belief light up. I want to see that fire, because I know, like, I know what it feels like to have nobody believe in you. And I don't want anyone to feel like that. This journey, this metamorphosis that I've been going through we're near the end, and I cannot wait to see like what is in store for me. I can confidently say I've sacrificed it all. I've put in the work, and I don't mean any physical work. I mean the inner work. Man, I have been through it not physically. I'm sorry. I've been through it spiritually and mentally. Past month has been brutal, but also beautiful. Like, seeing myself just carved out. There were times where it was not fun. Like, there was a few days where, oh man, it was bad. And like today, it's not fun, but I did it. I put it down. That weight that I carried around for so long, put it down. my life is completely different now. Everything's changed. And I'm excited. And I don't really know what comes next. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. But I do know the Bible is right about one thing. It's right about a lot of things, but one thing in specific that I really like. Ask and you shall be given, seek and you shall find, knock and the door shall be opened unto you. The whole reason that I basically got to experience any of this and I got to find any of this and like go through this metamorphosis simply because I asked and I wanted to. See, I simply looked for it. Seek and you shall find. It was 100% right. And it's really cool. And you always get what you ask for, whether you know it or not. But that's all. If you don't feel seen, I just know that you're not alone. And I know I might not be able to actually see you, but I see you. I do. And I believe in you. And I know that you can, bring to life that vision that you see. I know that you can, whatever it may be, whatever your vision may be, the gigantic dream that seems impossible is possible. And there's a reason that it's in your head. It's because it's meant for you. And please do not give up on yourself.